Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, sir, I thank Honourable Tuaile on this question to inform the August House that the Ministry of Agriculture and Sugar Industry recognizes the importance of exploring sustainable and profitable options for sugarcane farming communities. In this regard, the Ministry is in partnership with the European Union will undertake a comprehensive feasibility study aimed at assessing the potential for diversifying sugarcane production system into alternative high-value crops and integrated livestock system. This initiative is intended to enhance farm resilience, improve farmers' income, and promote long-term sustainability within the sugar industry sector. Honourable Speaker, sir, diversification matters for four critical reasons. Firstly, it concerns improving farmers' income sustainability and resilience. The majority of sugarcane farmers operate on small land holdings, which makes them particularly vulnerable to fluctuations in global commodity price, climate-related shocks, and rising input costs. Diversification provides an important supplementary income stream and serves as a buffer against volatility in any single commodity market, thereby strengthening overall livelihood security. Secondly, it is about food security and public health. Fiji's food import bill has grown from around 1 billion in 2014 to over 1.18 billion in 2025. At the same time, our nation continues to carry one of the highest burden of the non-communicable diseases in the Pacific region by producing more nutritious vegetables, fruits, root crops, and protein at homes. We strengthen our food security and we improve the health of our people. Thirdly, it is about linking agriculture to tourism. Tourism contributes around 40% of our GDP, and our hotels and restaurants spends millions of dollars each year on fresh produce, much of which are imported, which can be grown here locally. Capturing the portion of this demand through local production would provide our farmers with stable, well-priced market right here at home. Finally, it is about climate resilience and diversifying into a wider range of crops and livestock system reduces the risk of monocropping, improves soil's health, and helps our agriculture sector adapt to climate realities that we, as Pacific Island nation, face every day. Honourable Speaker, sir, feasibility study on diversification represents a deliberate, evidence-driven milestone in our broader strategy to modernize the sugar industry and strengthen a more resilient, productive, and inclusive agri-food economy. The Ministry firmly believes that the future of our rural agriculture economy lies in a balanced approach, one that strengthens the sugar industry where it remains viable, while at the same time opening new income pathways through diversification into high-value crops and livestock. We are therefore seeking the support of the European Union to undertake a structured two-phase feasibility study that will provide an evidence-based foundation for shaping the next generation of agriculture policy and investment decision, ultimately strengthening outcome to our farmers. Honourable Speaker, sir, approval has been recently given from the Cabinet, and under the initial plan, the mission was scheduled for June 2026. However, the commencement has been slightly delayed due to the disruption in the Middle East, which have affected the deployment of international experts and the scheduling of in-country mission. I am pleased to inform this August House that the field mission of the feasibility study shall now begin in mid-July 2026. While the delay is regrettable, the Ministry is continuously in touch with the European Union to finalize the detailed plans and necessary requirements for the study. Honourable Speaker, Phase 1 of the study is fully funded by the European Union with a total budget allocation of US $378,000. We gratefully acknowledge and sincerely thank the European Union for its generous support. This budget covers the engagement of technical experts, including an economist, agronomist, sugar sector specialist, value chain and agribusiness specialist, land tenure and institutional expert, soil and water specialist, livestock specialist, finance and policy experts, together with travel, workshops, and consultation costs. Honourable Speaker, Phase 1, the analytical phase, has two primary objectives. First, it will assess the sustainability, economic performance, and structure constraints of Fiji's sugar sector, examining production and productivity, trade and export performances, employment, nutrition outcome, environmental and social dimension of the industry. Second, it will identify and evaluate alternative agri-food value chain that, through increased production and enhanced local value addition, offer credible option to diversify away from sugar while strengthening our national economy and improving the resilience, productivity, and sustainability of our agri-food system. Phase 1 will deliver several key outputs in sequence. This process will be followed by a selection of 3 to 4 high potential alternative to agri-food value chain across vegetable, root crops, fruits, and livestock that are best suitable to local farming systems and land sustainability. The selected value chain will be identified through a comprehensive assessment framework that considers agri-climate sustainability, economic and financial viability, market demand and value addition opportunities, environmental sustainability, and soil inclusion, ensuring that the proposed interventions are both commercially viable and resilient while supporting inclusive rural development. The study will comprehensively assess the risks, trade-offs, priority investments, and potential impact associated with diversifying production and investment beyond the sugar industry, ensuring that the transition is strategically informed and evidence-based, with findings to be submitted to Cabinet through the Ministry upon completion. Honourable Speaker, I wish to emphasize once again that this diversification agenda is not about abandoning sugarcane or our cane farmers. The sugar industry remains a critical pillar of our rural economy and will continue to be supported through the modernization reform. I have outlined this in the House, and the diversification is about offering choices, providing farmers who wish to take it up with alternative or complementary income stream, while strengthening those who remain in cane production. No farmer will be left behind in this transition. And in closing, Honourable Speaker, the findings of this feasibility study, together with the work following from Food and Agriculture Organization, Harvesting Prosperity reports, will be brought back to the Standing Committee of the Sugar Industry for thorough deliberation. Thank you very much.
Thank the Honourable Tunabuna, Minister for Agriculture.